This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Thursday, the 21st day of June in the year 2018. Here's what we're tracking tonight. Another woman has been brutally murdered in the country. Police investigators are reporting that this latest incident occurred late last night in the Quarantine area. 28-year-old Tavani Simmons of Quarantine Berbice was stabbed to death by a man who was known to her and who worked as a farmer in the same community where she lived. The incident occurred on Wednesday night. The woman was found with multiple stab wounds to the body. Her assailant has since ingested a poisonous substance and has been hospitalized on the police guard. Preliminary investigations revealed that a suspect went to the home of the woman to discuss a matter involving her brother, which allegedly took place on Sunday. A heated argument began. It was during that argument that the suspect whipped out a knife and fatally stabbed the woman to the body in the presence of another relative. The matter is on the probe this evening. Today marked 10 years since family members received the dreadful news of the murder of 8 miners at Lindo Creek in the upper Berbice River area. But even though a decade has passed, relatives are still not sure of the specific final resting place of the miners. The still distraught and unforgiving relatives commemorated the anniversary today with a march and wreath-laying ceremony at the Repentir Cemetery, braving a midday shower to pay their respects.
Today we prepare to go to see where the final resting place they lay their remains, and I do hope that when I meet there I will be able to cope with the situation, because ours was my eldest nephew and I had loved him very much. And I want to thank the government, this government, President Granger. I thank him very much for bringing this COI so that we can get to know at the end of it who is the cause of this brutal act that's been committed on Lindo Creek miners.
Surviving parents, children and siblings of the dead miners were inconsolable once they got to the cemetery, where only 3 tombs were identified as the resting places of the 8 miners. Many persons did not know where to lay their wreaths and broke down in tears, even as they recalled the distress of the last 10 years, characterized by a lack of closure and hopelessness. The relatives were joined by members of the Commission of Inquiry, which is currently looking into the matter. That Commission of Inquiry is expected to hand in its final report to President Granger by the end of July. In the world of politics, opposition leader Jagdeo is now challenging the president to have an open debate on race relations in Guyana. Mr. Jagdeo, who served as president for 12 years, said he wants to have a public discourse with the president on the matter of race, where he intends to examine the issue both under the incumbent coalition government and the former People's Progressive Party civic government comparatively. Jagdeo headed the PP civic government as president of Guyana between the period August 1999 to December 2011. But with the allegations of racial discrimination leveled against his government, the former president, now opposition leader, rejected those claims during his press conference today. He said even if it existed under the PPP, he is convinced that it's worse now. To support that claim, the opposition leader used a recent decision by the Guyana Elections Commission not to renew the contract of Vishnu Prasad following its expiration. With the full support of 3 opposition-nominated commissioners, Prasad was not returned to the post of Deputy Chief Elections Officer after the chairman voted against him. As is covered in law, retired Justice James Patterson used his casting vote as chairman to appoint another candidate in the person of Roxanne Myers for the job. Jagdeo said he believes the appointment was done solely on race, and he now wants an impartial investigation into the matter by the Ethnic Relations Commission. And finally this evening, American Airlines is looking to begin its service to Guyana in November with 4 flights per week. Officials of the international carrier met with officials of the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority recently as they prepare to launch the Guyana service. American airline officials explained that they are looking to begin full operations to Guyana on the 15th of November. The carrier is promising that in the new year it will increase the number of flights between Georgetown and Miami to 5 flights per week. The Director General of the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority, Egbert Field, told the American airline officials that he's happy that such a well-established airline is showing interest in the Guyana market. American Airlines has already commenced the process for approval to conduct scheduled operations on the Miami-Georgetown route. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting.